So I was gonna go to Limbus company to start grinding because I'm pretty sure this level 21 over here is not going to survive a Jack Diddley squat in Canto 4. I managed to pull hardcore 4-pack reindeer in the previous episode, but my footage lagged, so you're only able to see a little bit of it. Anyways, I was going to go grinding, and then I realized something. Where the fuck is Canto 4? What the hell is Hell's Chicken? Okay, if it means grinding.
Chicken jockey!
I thought like the fact that it showed the reindeer meant that it had a higher chance. No, it's the same chance all around. Off the bus, everyone! This is where we're supposed to meet the client for our next mission. Give me a break. Now we're taking requests like we're frou Aaron the boys. Say, what's that over there? It's got a long line in front of it. Can't you recognize the stirring scent? It's fried chicken, Greg! Deep fried chicken brought to a crisp in expensive oil. It seems you haven't seen much of Nesquik if you have yet to learn of... Straight ahead, we got something I cannot pronounce properly because... Yes, I'm just gonna call it Boundary Chicken. It seems you haven't seen much of Nesquik if you have yet to learn of Boundary Chicken, the hottest trend around these parts. A man with a facetious impression suddenly cut in on the this conversation as if he belonged to our group. Dude thinks he's one of us! Boundary Chicken, is it? What's that? Permit me to answer. Boundary Chicken is a highly renowned restaurant known for six-legged, eight-winged poultry whose blissful taste and gracious quantities really make you feel great compassion. What's more, they're prepared for every preference. The buzzworthy bitty with the right amount of tenderness, the chubby capon with plentiful flesh to dig into, the chewy cocktail that's perfectly al dente, and more. Now tell me, what the fuck do you want? What the fuck do I want? What the fuck do you want? I may have heard of it erst. Isn't that a surprise? Our Yi-Song of all people is keeping up with the thoughts of under his rock. So, what are you supposed to be? Can hazard a guess you don't know who we are either? Seeing as you brazenly shoved yourself in while we're talking, can you even explain who we are? Gracious, what could those things roaming around the restaurant possibly be? They don't appear very normal. Turning around, I spotted rather strange-looking people with just as strange behavior. Cake art staff? What are they doing here? I see individuals covering their heads with strange masks. Maybe there's some kind of mascot? It could be cute when we look up close. Those mascots have people running and screaming. Seems a bit off, but let's leave them be. Doesn't look like they're coming this way, and I don't particularly feel like getting wrapped up in something bothersome. You're right! They aren't necessarily approaching us. And just what are you up to with that rock from the roadside, mysterious fella? Oh! Are we gonna fight Cake Carp security possessed by chicken? What in the world did you do? Hit by the rocket started looking around. Then it began to slowly shamble in our direction. Yikes, I've made such a clumsy mistake. What will we do? Likely story, you aimed straight for its head. Your form was impressively stable. Why, thank you. I once aspired to be a big city baseball player. I'll play ball with you, alright? Stay right here so I can knock your nugget out of the park! It's like the ghosts of dead chickens are clucking back from hell for revenge. It's like some form of Hell's Chicken. It appears that combat is going to be our sole recourse. So, what's this guy? Why is this guy taking cover behind me? Before I could complain further, the chicken-headed crowd attacked us. And now we start the battle. Oh my god, is that Canto 2 music?! Okay, so, Reindeer Rajan just shocks people. Good to know. And that is victory! Now that that's been sorted out, why don't we get back to the point? Friendly four-eyed stranger? I must object to such a moniker, especially so when it comes to from a fellow glasses bearer. Oh, is that so? Sorry about that, I guess. Person with glasses called person with glasses four eyes. Ever heard of that joke before? Basic personal information such as one's identity can be easily acquired from the registration of one's death. I did neglect to introduce myself. My name's Sam Joe. Disregarding the growing hostility surrounding him, the man entered his card straight away. K Corp, affiliate Department of Food Resource for those Research Center. Ellipses. Ah! Found to be fooled by a bunch of big fancy words like that? Of course. Persuasion explanation where I excel, so please stay calm and listen. I was most impressed by the feats of your battle just moments ago. In particular, the instances where you continue to assault your foes in blatant disregard for a dying colleague nearby. A few others even laughed at the sight. Friend or foe, those who dare impede us must be promptly exterminated. As you can see, those chicken heads are of unknown origin, which are occupying this restaurant front, has been causing considerable damage. So what? The venue's manager has also been bedridden until just now. Another man with a haggard face tired us, making it somewhat apparent that Sam Joe wasn't lying about the restaurant's owner falling ill with worry. You may speak now. So, things been, our fry house opened up a few months ago, just across from Yubong's Bar and Fryers. Our franchise offers generous servings of good-tasting food using poultry with a supreme pedigree, so it was natural we would draw all the customers from Ernbog's. But one day, out of the blue, the owner of Ernbog's started acting real strange. Losing his customers must have shocked him or something, and now he's trying to ruin all our businesses. I mean, it's not uncommon for competitors to throw jabs at each other, right?
Chicken jockey.
And then we got, okay, we're launching cursed chicken heads. I don't know if they're augmented or what, but those plucked and prepped hens would break into the restaurant and destroy things. And now there's people wearing those chickens on their heads too. If this keeps up, our restaurant's gonna lose so much money. Tear jerking or whatever, we still don't take requests from a chicken lifetime voucher. Handle this request. I'll offer you groundbreaking benefit, the right to free orders from this restaurant for the rest of your lives.
You son of a bitch! I'm in!
Miss Foss, can you have them cut the crap already? Should there be some company clause against fried chicken requests? Foss was deep in thought by her lonesome. Alright, we'll take your request. Excuse-moi! This might also be the first time I've ever seen Ishmael taken aback to this extent. I'm sorry, Foss, did you just go out your mind for a sec there? Yeesh, Ishmael. No need to be so biting there. It's hard to say. Foss's mind tends to be out of there most of the time. Guess we're all right and chummy for one, eh? Foss, are you serious? You're taking a request over free chicken? To be more precise, this is to resolve a case of the distortion phenomenon, Dante. Distortion phenomenon? To my knowledge, it's a phenomenon where an individual morphs into a form often unfit to be considered human. It has no known causes, and the appearance are all different. That doesn't make it clear enough. Are they like abnormalities or such? Not exactly. Unlike abnormalities, they don't shrink into eggs. It's possible for them to fully expire. I have witnessed a number of cases in the past. Our company has the LCD, a department housing consultant fixers dedicated to matters regarding the distortions. Though its size is small, it nevertheless signifies the company's interest in phenomenon. So, the owner of Yunbog has turned into one of those distortion things. Is that correct? Correct? One does not simply gain the ability to lead an army of raw chicken by losing their mind. I see. Well, that's what it's all about? I almost got worried I might have to knock some sense back into you, Faust. You're supposed to have unending intelligence. I thought you weren't using it for a sec. Is that why you were clutching your mace so tight, Ishmael? Rightly so! You must act before this commotion results in any casualty. Okay, so we have to kill some chickens because some guy became cursed with chicken power. I like this already. I like this side story already. It uses Canto 2 battle music! Okay, what were your passes? At the start of the turn, heal. At the start of the turn, heal 15 HP. At less than 50. Okay, so these are just King Corp security guards. They can heal themselves at the start of the turn. Okay, I think that hurt us. Indiscriminate. Okay, that's why. I can cook anything. I just noticed the name of the skill. Isn't she supposed to be like a cannibal or something like that? Okay, this was just called Hell's Chicken. That's just the name of the side story. I know that the level 28 is recommended, but you know what? I don't really mind. We are winning after all. It shouldn't be that hard. It's a side story. The highest it should go is level 30. So, what are we supposed to do to resolve the distortion? It's simple. What we have to do is open up the heart of the distorted, disarm the mind's guards, and coax them into opening up. So, it's basically Persona 5. We gotta open up the heart of the bad guy. Change the heart of the bad guy or some way or another. Is that how we do that? We probably should visit this Yungbog place to figure out things. Raw poultry's walking around! That can't be hygienic! They look like the things that were on those people's heads earlier. I don't know what they are, but we shouldn't get too close to... Unfortunately, I had forgotten that around 80% of the sinners valued my suggestions less than the cooing of a random pigeon on the roadside.
Chicken.
Provoked, the raw chickens leaped into the air. Heathcliff! And Heathcliff's face was then devoured by one of them! No! Heathcliff! No! Heathcliff? Heathcliff stood in silence, with the raw chicken adorning his head. It reminds me of... Who was it again? Was it Monica Geller? I think I like Heathcliff better this way, you know? He actually seems intelligent. Please tell me not to skip this side story. I want to make a video on this. What do we do, Dante? Quick, your clock! Reverse time! But nothing would stop me from rewinding here, but the problem is... What if my hair turns into a chicken while the clock's working? SD. Same difference? Clock head, chicken head, they're no different. I don't get being huffy over it. It looked like Sinclair was the only one actually worried about Heathcliff. Mr. Heathcliff, are you alright in there? Say, why don't we keep him as our mascot until next ever comes? What's the deal with you and mascots, anyway? Lead your eyes thither. Heathcliff is communicating with the other hens. Heathcliff's become quite the chatterbox. It appears that the chicken sitting on his face is using his mouth to communicate, rather than Heathcliff himself. I cannot leave Sir Heathcliff in these straits. I have wished to cosplay with him as the two fixes their attain someday. We would only be subject to mockery if we were to engage in mummery with that chicken at the head. To avoid the gathering crowd, we shoved Heathcliff into the interior of Yubong's bar and Friars and followed behind him. I can't stand his clucking anymore. I'll bring him back to his senses sharply. Rose grabbed the raw chicken out of Heathcliff's head with one hand and began to slap it ruthlessly with his face. Furiously. The sound of the impacts was comparable to when she was interrogating a captive enemy. I don't see him ever recovering his own. This leaves us no choice. I'll remove the chicken head as a whole! Is it really okay to yank it off like that? You might peel his face right off with it. Grow a backbone, even if skin were to be removed. It's perfectly fine as our executive manager is here to handle it. Our executive manager has the ability to heal sinners, bring them back from the dead. All it takes is just a rewind of the clock. Have you been paying attention to this story, Rajan? No, seriously, it's really not fine for me. I can't just... Despite her position, Otis began jostling the chicken with all her might. I heard something tear. It didn't actually come off, did it? Huh? Oh hey, Heathcliff's fine! Yay! Back with a soldier? What was it? Barmy soup in my mouth. Heath, you were having some serious discussion with those chickens, cooking weird stuff, remember? Now that you say it, I think I did hear some gabbling in my head. What were they on about? Some sort of recipe got lost, I guess? It was the cornerstone of this eatery, but once it was gone, he stopped getting customers? That's when the master started acting off and infected us all? Did you just say those chickens were us? Bugger, I'm still recovering from those head-ins. This is confusing. That's when you decide to call them. If it's a distortion because he lost this recipe, then maybe we can somehow recreate it for him. You've gotten close enough to an answer. Though much about the distortion remains unknown. One of the notable particulars that it occurs when the good and evil know when the mind crumbles to figurative pieces. Sounds like you just pivoted away from the good and evil because the version you would get too long for you to bother. For instance, let's say that Hong Lu held a belief that he was certain that it would be an unchanging constant and as he lived in the city, or it could be a hope for some other psychological sustainment that has supported his life. If that support suddenly collapses in a massively shocking event that causes one to let their ego go, his mind would crumble, so to speak. Well, I could see that happening. What could be so shocking for a well-off cuss like you? Get your privy purse snatched away? Oh no, I never received an allowance. There was no need for such a thing when I could spend any amount whenever I wanted. Really, what else is it then? I thought I knew, but I can't seem to elaborate on it with words right now. We're gonna get to that in like a later canto, aren't we? To return to the point and sum things up, the distortion is a phenomenon that arises from deeply personal psychological shock. The affected will have walled off their heart with a solid defense. This wall is to be brought down using methods that the distorted would approve. And in this case, the distortion would want chicken-based cooking! Gregor took a confident step forward after saying that. I cook up a good few meals using leftovers in cans for my comrades in the arms during the war in Canto 1. Those traumatized soldiers were moved to tears from my dishes, and they gobbled up the stuff. Hey now, is it just me, or did somebody scoff at that? How droll. What does the CF know about cooking? You'd better be off flipping hamburger patties with your pincer. If Mr. Gregor opened a business, he'd be a boss with big meaty claws! Okay, now I'm starting to get mad. Let's see, I'm on Shu's side. Why are we splitting up into teams? I mean, it's fun! And why did you end up siding with her? Greg, darling, we've been stuck too close for too long! Why don't we try a little distance just for today? So we win by pulping her up, eh? No, we aren't crushing anyone with force. You admit to feeding your men canned food? You're a disgrace of a soldier. For your reference, I much prefer instant foods. That reference is just preference. This is childish. Do you guys seriously want to take sides over this? Tell us. Why don't you tell us? Which side are you, Ishmael? If you want to choose between Greg and Ryoshu to serve food for the sinners, don't you try and coax her. I know Ishmael and I have been thick as thieves since early on. Ishmael? Why are you siding with her? Sorry, Gregor, but if it's canned goods we're taking about, I ate more than I ever want on the ship. Come on, why won't you look at me in the eyes, Ishmael? Look me straight in the eyes! Ishmael took a few sluggish steps back to stand next to Ryoshu. Her eyes nerve looked up to meet Gregor. As a matter of truth, while we were banqueting upon skewered chicken on the bus, I bore witness to that woman's most awful deed. Oh, well, you saw it, didn't you, huh? That was a secret technique of mine to bring out the Dark Hakim, the ultimate flavor. Dark Hakim shuddered violently. Soon enough, Hong Lu went to Gregor's side with a sparkle in his eye. It would be a unique experience to try dishes comparable to pet food for once in my life, right? I'd be rooting for you, Gregor. Alright, thanks, Hong Lu. Faust! I could count on you of all people to make the rational choice, yeah? And okay! Sure! Faust took her place behind Roshu! I really don't get it. Why are we splitting our group into opposition teams? Hey, chick! I mean, CHICK! Pick a way to survive our buzz-off! Chirping hesitation isn't cool, kiddo! Sinclair, you must be linked to Ryoshu on a spiritual level at this point. It is unfair to threaten him to join you. That's cheating! I shan't choose, and instead I humbly await your selection. Don't need that. You take it. Yi Sung was placed on Gregor's team without him moving a muscle. I have to wait for everyone to be here. Let me just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's all 12. Snapshot. That is a brand new. I have found me a new wallpaper. God damn it! I keep forgetting Marisol's like a character in this game. I'm a little touched. I know we never got to talk much, but you still decided to come and stand by me in my time of need. I have only done so because joining the team with fewer members would set the balance right. Some will proclaim that they saw tears well up in Gregor's eyes at that moment. With the tea decided, we entered the kitchen, a few mogs looking for a suitable placement to cook. It had become a long-neglected mess with traces of foul rampage. However, Roach and Gregor kicked stray plates and utensils out of the way, it gives none of their business, and then took to their spots. Hang on! Are we allowed to do all of this in someone else's restaurant? It's a raft, so why do we care? You can't call it a restaurant already fated to shut! We're trying to help! Yeah, our goal is to deal with the distortion, isn't it?
Chicken.
Get in my way, you're getting all chopped! Get in my way, you're getting sliced! Battle time? Dude, the music, yes! So, we're just gonna be fighting these chickens. They have 59 HP. So what makes them terrifying? Targets the units with the least SP and then deal 5 SP of damage. Okay, I get, okay now. Okay, they evade. They're evaders. Oh boy. Oh, they really are going to attack the person with the least SP. I'm sorry, you bring backup? Oh no, this one's different. This one does bleed and heals itself. One remains. And why are you targeting this character? That character does not have the least amount of SP. What? Oh, this one targets the people with the least HP. Oh, I get it. The ones with the blood target the HP, and then they do bleed. So the bloody ones target the weak ones, and then the other ones just target the ones that can't defend for themselves. That is interesting to note. What recipe are you gonna show? More canned caprola? There's no dish that beats the taste of survival. Hey, champagne here. Get me a hen. Okay. Yisong, sorry, but can you open this can for me? As you wish. The sights and sounds filling the kitchen seemed at least somewhat proper. I can hear knives hitting the cutting boards, broth boiling up in pots, fire sizzling on cigarettes. Roshu, you're not supposed to be smoking while you're cooking food. You're gonna get the ashes in the food. You're gonna give people lung cancer. Oh, both of you are smoking! The two remain silent. Of course, as suspected, the sound of a cigarette being snuffed out only came from Gregor's side. I guess we could do one more before we end this video. And then I have to decide if I'm... And then I'm gonna have to wait for people's response on this. Do I actually do this or do I not? Why am I even asking you? I already made a point where I'm not gonna listen to Limbus Company fans. Okay, what do you do? 7 HP. Paralyze? If user took no damage, coin power plus 3! And then deals 3 SP damage to random enemy. Okay, last one. Let's just go all out. Evade, you say? There we go. Evade that loser. And that marks a third of this whole thing. Anyways, that's it for Limbus Company. For now. None of lunacy for pulls today. Open to receive 1 to 3 ego shards of a sinner's choice. And there's 10 of them, eh? Why did you offset? Why did you do that? This looks wrong. I'm gonna reload that. Fix that. There we go. Anyways, that is it for Limbus Company. The first video of 2026. Who would have known? Anyways, that's it for me. I will see you all later. And yes, I am recording this still in Christmas season. You can tell because it's still season 6. Anyways, that's it for me. Bye.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. YouTube, if you like the following videos you see on screen, maybe you should check them out. You can join my Discord and maybe donate to me through my Ko-Fi. Links in the description below. As always, remember to keep smiling. I hope you have an awesome day.